Hey, what's up? Wes here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So I'm actually doing a video response to Michael B, the Game Genie, who just a few days ago shared with us 3 bad games that he really enjoys. And he actually encouraged us to do a video response so that we can share 3 bad games that we really enjoy. Now, after watching a couple of buddies do their responses, Miketendo and Benevolent Dick, I thought, hey, this looks like a lot of fun. I want in on this. So here I am. So we probably all have those guilty pleasures where we enjoy some really bad games that no one else seems to like. I too am guilty of that, and I knew exactly what my first game was going to be as soon as I knew I was going to do this video. Paperboy. God, I hated this game as a kid. I'd actually liked the arcade version, but the NES version was just bad. The graphics suck. The music sucks. The controls are awkward. The sound effects are laughable. Yet, I find myself returning to this game time and time again. Why? I'm not even that great at it. It's really tough and extremely frustrating. But it does have its charms. When you can actually tell what the sprites are, Paperboy does have a weird sense of humor. Skateboarding punks hog the sidewalks, and rabid dogs nip at your heels as you pedal away. You even have some guy pitching a fit on the side of the road, and cross paths with probably the most laughable antagonist of them all, the Grim Reaper. Hitting the front porch with paper 7 days a week isn't as easy as it sounds, but with each day's work ending in an obstacle course to rack up bonus points, with your scrubby friends waiting at the end to smoke a fatty, the harrowing challenge is reward enough for a job well done. So the next bad game is one that I'm sure everyone is familiar with. Pit Fighter on the Super Nintendo. I can't even keep a straight face. I'm kidding. No one would have that piece of shit on their list. But Pit Fighter on the Sega Genesis? That's a different story. I loved Pit Fighter on the arcade as a kid. I'm a sucker for digitized graphics, and at the time, the aesthetics of Pit Fighter was its siren song that called to me. The Sega Genesis port, despite having much smaller character sprites, is a damn faithful rendition of the arcade original. Now personally, I don't think this is a bad game, but I'm well aware of the reputation that Pit Fighter has carried around for years. Yeah, it's basically just a button masher, and I admit, most of my love for this arena fighter is based purely off of nostalgia, but it's a ton of fun beating the shit out of these colorful ruffians who live for the sport of underground brawling. I love all the weapons that can be used. The power pills and the crowd, filled with cowards just waiting to sneak in a cheap shot. And the last boss looks like he's a member of Demolition. I mean, how cool is that?
Here comes the axe, and here comes the smasher, the demolition, walking disaster.
You're bad.
I love how the sound effects are straight from the arcade.
Good mate.
And how cheesy the forklift money counter is in between stages. My biggest gripe with Pit Fighter on the Genesis is the lack of 2-player co-op, but whatever. I've loved Pit Fighter for years and still play it regularly.
Get your ass to Moss. Get your ass to Moss. Get your ass to Moss.
Now, I know this game is terrible. I think the only reason that I even like Total Recall is because it's my all-time favorite movie. When I was 12, my aunt and uncle got me Total Recall for Christmas. I thought that it was really cool of them to give me a video game for the holidays, and it wasn't until I was older that I realized that probably the only reason I got it was because it was off of the clearance rack. I mean, the music is pretty bad, the sound effects are generic, the controls and hit detection suck, and the graphics are weak. Although during the cutscenes they aren't too objectionable. The car section is absolute garbage. But believe it or not, there is actually stuff to like about Total Recall. A game with glory holes can't be all bad, right? It has cool little touches, like during the fight with Lori, on the monitors in the background, you can actually see Richter making his way up to the apartment by elevator. And lots of scenes from the movie were included in the game, something which wasn't all that common for licensed 8-bit games. Remember the X-ray tunnel? Or how about when Quaid had to fight off a gang of disheveled, hungry bums? And that traitor, Benny? And seriously? There's no battle against Richter?
See you at the party, Richter!
This game is unforgiving and brutally difficult. It's littered with flaws and is yet again another poor NES title based off of a superb film. And there's obviously something wrong with me, because I totally dig it. So there you go, those are 3 bad games that I really enjoy playing. So what bad games are you a sucker for? Which 3 games do you like to play that no one else really cares for? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Or better yet, go ahead and make a response video for this. You can leave the link to your video in the comments below as well. I'm really interested to see what other people like in terms of bad video games. Also, make sure to check out Michael B, Miketendo's, and Benevolent Dick's videos. I'll leave links to all 3 videos in the description below. Thanks a lot for checking this video out. I will catch all of you later.